Hi, everyone. Welcome to this module. Uh, I know you're here to learn about AI, but believe me when I tell you, if you're not clear about the marketing process and how the marketing process works, it's going to be really, really difficult to use AI to be your most productive. So, in this little bonus session, I want to review the marketing process with you. First and foremost, um, this process is a lot like a recipe, right? Like you have to do every step, do it in order, move from one to the next. And if it's done correctly, you're going to get good results. So let's start with first things first. The first step is research. And the key question you're trying to ask is, why is this an opportunity? Is this an opportunity? How big is this opportunity? That that's what research is all about. It's literally about getting to know the audience, getting to know the market, and seeing if all of the success factors are there. You're going to notice that I have two little columns under each of these. The first one says complete, and the second one says incomplete. What I mean by complete, what I mean is that if you've done the research work, what you should see when you're done is that there is demand, that there is competition, and that people are making money. Those are the top three things. Now, you might think to yourself, wait a minute, aren't I supposed to avoid competitors? No. In the research phase, you want to make sure that you are fishing in a pond that is full of fish. Let me give you a real example here. I don't know what you like. Whatever your hobby is, I happen to like shoes, right? Or I happen to like boots. And just because I have one pair of boots doesn't mean that I no need three more, right? You've got uh, rain boots, and you've got high heeled boots, and you've got suede boots, and you've got just like flat leather boots, and so on and so forth. So that should tell you that in the realm of shoes and even in the realm of boots, there are lots of boots to be had. So you want to be in a place where there is conversation going on, where there is demand. If you are doing your research and you find out that there's not a lot of people having a conversation about your topic, there's not a lot of people selling what you're selling, this is not a good sign. You need to be in a pond that is full of fish. So, research can include everything from like what you see in Facebook groups, comments. Yes, it's surveys. Yes, it's polls. Could be observation, could be website traffic, anything and everything that's going to help you find out if there is opportunity. That's going to be research. So you're going to take that information that you've learned and you're going to move on to step number 2, which is all about who is my target? Who is my ideal customer? Your research should have helped you define this, right? Like, let's talk about boots. So let's say if you want to do hiking boots, right? There's all different kinds of hikes, all different kinds of hiking boots, right? So who is your ideal customer there? So you want to find out who that is. You know you are successful when you are connecting, you're getting engagement, you're generating leads, you're making money. So that means you found the right customer. Uh, if you aren't getting engagement or you've got inconsistent branding, what that means is people aren't perceiving value in what you're offering. You may need to go back to step number 1 and do some more research. Do not be afraid of spending more time in each of these areas. There's nothing wrong with that. This is where you want to spend at least 50% of your time getting this right, doing research and making sure that you've got your ideal customer. The third step is creating an offer. You can already see how one of these flows to the next. You've done your research, you found your ideal customer, You know what matters to them when they're buying what you're selling, and now you're going to create an offer. You know you've got a good offer if you're getting conversions, if you're profitable, if your customer can access what you have and they're happy to talk about it and give you testimonials. If you are stuck there, and typically you're probably focusing on the product and service and not the ideal outcome. If you have a lot of people abandoning, like they go to the sales page and then they bounce, something is not taking them through the finish line. Maybe it's hard to find. Maybe you're focusing on tactics rather than strategies. So these are all the things that should tell you. Now, I want to stop here for just a second and say that when you are doing something for the first time, you want to just basically see. When I say you're not getting engagement, I'm not talking about millions of people. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about being realistic. Maybe the first time you do something, you're only getting a couple comments or you're only getting a couple registrations. If you have any registrations, there is something to improve upon. If it's not getting better after a few selling cycles, then you have some work to do. So this is an iterative process. And then we come to step number 4, which is implementation. This is where your strategies come to light. Are you going to be doing advertising? Are you going to be doing content marketing? Are you going to be doing direct marketing? This is how you're going to reach your customer. And there are strategies around that. And once again, you should be seeing some forward motion in your registrations, in the engagement, and you should be learning from that engagement, which brings us to step number 5, optimizing, looking for where you can improve. So you should be tracking all of this as it's happening so that you can see, do I have the right channel? Am I reporting on the right things? And guess what happens to that? It ultimately then goes and becomes research data again. So and now you're going to go through that process over and over again. But what I want you to note is that in the space of AI and how AI can help you, I want to talk a little bit about that right now. So in the research phase where you're trying to find out where the opportunity is, AI is a great way to help you do some secondary research, look at reports. It will go through tons and tons of information and help you process the research that you found. The other thing AI does really, really well is create surveys and polls. So you can do that very quickly. When it comes to your target and your ideal customer, as you've done your research and gathered data and information for your ideal customer, one of the things that you can do is upload all of that information into ChatGPT and then treat that like a focus group. All those files can be uploaded and you can tell ChatGPT that they are a panel of your ideal customers in a focus group, and you can ask them questions and GPT will respond from that point of view. That is really, really helpful as you go to create your offer. AI and ChatGPT can also help you craft an offer, but you have to know certain things. So let's say, for example, you have an a la carte list of products and or services. You can create that list, you can put some prices in there, and you can tell ChatGPT to create 3 levels of this product, like basic, intermediate, and advanced. You can actually have it name those levels and give it fun names. So it's just a huge time saver. Okay. And then when it comes to implementation, ChatGPT can also come up with like a basic marketing plan and it'll give you ideas of what you can do. And when it comes to optimizing, whatever tools you're using to measure, there's a good chance that they're now going to have some type of AI component in them that you can use to better understand that data. But I can't stress how important it is to actually have a marketing process, to know what that process is, and to keep you focused and organized. Because if you're not doing this, you are basically doing what I call slot machine marketing. You're just going to throw spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks. You're going to throw your time and your money into the slot machine and go on the wing and a prayer and hope that it pays out. This is going to help you focus your efforts. So when I tell people I do marketing on $17 a day, it's by staying true to this process and moving through the process intentionally and diligently and paying attention to what your results are so that you know that you need to go back when things aren't working the way you planned. So that's it for that module. I hope this really helps out, and I'll see you in the next module.